Hello everyone, in this video I'll be hunting the wildlife raid in Oramond. To access this spawn, you must have the rank of citizen in the Rathleton quest, which means you have cast 300 votes. This spawn is very close to the depot in Oramond. From the depot, we'll exit the town to the south and head into the Gluth factory. The wildlife raid can be found to the west. The way the raid system works here in the Gluth factory is every hour after server save, a raid will trigger and last for approximately 45 minutes. That means if the servers come up at 7 minutes after the hour, these raids will start throughout the rest of the day at 7 minutes after the hour. Either the Minotaur, Mechanical, or Wildlife raid will take place. You can cast votes with NPC Marvin and check the board next to him to see which raid is currently voted for. The raid with the most votes has the highest chance of occurring, but it is not guaranteed. You won't know which raid it is until you check. You'll find lots of creatures while hunting this spawn, both variety and quantity. The wildlife raid contains blood beast, drill worm, devourer, gluth anemone, worm, elder worm, and behemoth. There's also a boss named the tremor worm that will teleport around and may attack you a bit, but does not do much damage, so you won't have to worry about it. I'll recommend level 300 to start hunting this spawn. The damage here can really add up depending on how you do your pulls. If you're a higher level and or have good gear, you'll be able to stay in the middle of the spawn and not have to worry about all the extra creatures, or if a new wave spawns on top of you. When you're first starting out though, I recommend staying closer to the walls so you don't pull too much, or even make it so 8 creatures won't attack you at once. Also, it's most painful when you have several elder worms in one pull, is when the damage will spike, especially if they are lined up to wave you. The most abundant creature by far is the gluth anemone, and it will be doing the most damage. It could be a huge help if you put dodge on these, especially as they will be attacking you from range still if you are full boxed. Also, the gluth anemone can summon up to 2 gluth blobs. The gluth blobs do not seem visible, so you may want to wear a stealth ring at times to keep them out of your box. I find this isn't really an issue as a paladin though, as the AoE from the diamond arrows will kill them quickly. When hunting here, I used 1 powerful crit, 2 powerful life leech, 2 powerful mana leech, and an intricate magic level imbue, which I always have on my coif. I recommend using avalanche in this spawn. GFB will be more effective against some of the creatures, but avalanche is the best option for all creatures in the pool, as the creatures are so varied. Hunting here, the experience can range greatly. It can be anywhere from 4.5 to 6 minute experience per hour on 150%. This is such a big range because it depends on how many creatures you are pulling at once. If you're playing it safe and doing slightly smaller pulls, you'll be in the 4.5 million range. If you're doing large pulls with many excess creatures, the experience can go above 6 million per hour. Though these rates can be high, you have to remember the raid uptime is only 45 minutes at most depending on when you arrive. During the raid, I typically make between 350k and 450k per hour profit, not counting the cost of imbues. The loot here is pretty consistent, but can be boosted if you manage to loot a few silver raid tokens and depending on how much they're worth on your server. Based off the input analyzer, the max DPS I received was 2018. I was receiving around 30% damage from gluth anemone and 10 to 20% damage from each of the following creatures. They are behemoth, devourer, drill worm, gluth blob, worm, and elder worm. The spawns are random, so these numbers will fluctuate quite a bit between pulls. Typically, I was receiving 60 to 70% physical damage, 25% earth damage, and approximately 5% of both energy and life drain damage. As a paladin, this is another great spawn for Sleep Shawl. Depending on your level, you may also want to run the powerful snakeskin imbuement for additional protection since you'll be taking a fair amount of earth damage. It can also be helpful if you're using a living vine bow and a lion Spangenhelm. There are a total of 200 charm points available if you unlock all of the creatures here. The elder worm will take 2,500 kills, while all other creatures will take 1,000. Based on my estimates, it would take just over 1 hour to complete gluth anemone, 3.5 hours to complete devourer, 4 hours to complete drill worm, 7 hours to complete behemoth, 14 hours to complete blood beast, 16 hours to complete elder worm, and 20 hours to complete worm. This is a great spawn to hunt, but you probably won't end up completing most of these creatures here, but it'll be nice to make progress on them if you enjoy the spawn. It is quick experience and profit. Hopefully this video can help you become familiar with the spawn. If you have any questions, or if you try the spawn out for yourself, let me know in the comments. It will be helpful to see how different vocations and level ranges are able to handle it. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below as it will help me out. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.